Alright guys, so we're going to do a quick little spark plug change, and we're going to check the air filter on this Kymco 450. Now when you're doing the spark plug, make sure the engine is cooled down, because you got to get your hand right over the exhaust and right by a coolant line, so it gets very warm. It's hard to get angles with the camera, so here through the plastic you can see the spark plug boot. Just remove the spark plug boot so you have access to the spark plug. Get your ratchet in there, get your spark plug socket, and just be careful. There's not a ton of room. Just watch your knuckles, watch your fingers. But once you break torque, usually they'll just unthread with your fingers. Well, we're going to check the spark plug. It looks pretty good. Everything seems to be firing out pretty well. So we're going to put a new spark plug in. Make sure it is within factory spec. NGK, I highly recommend using their plugs. Most of the time they come within spec, but again, just double check before installing. Once you do install it, just don't over torque them. Just get it nice and snug. Put your spark plug boot back on. Fire the quad up, and you should be good to go. Now we're going to jump onto the air filter, and man, is this thing a pain in the rear end. First off, you think, hey, it's under the seat, like 95% of the four-wheelers out there. No. This box is, but that's not where the air filter is. The air filter housing is actually on the front of the engine, and if you come in from this side, you can remove the one of the three clips that hold the cover on. But once you're in here, it's very, very tight. And I did not do it in this video, but on top of that cover, there's actually an intake boot, and you can remove that with a Phillips head. Should give you a little bit more room to move this around and finagle it a little bit. I didn't do that. I was still able to get the air filter out, but it was a good bit harder. After manhandling it for a little bit, we did get it out, and the filter basically fell out. It's in rough shape, as you'll see here. Unfortunately, we didn't have a replacement filter for it, so we had to throw this one back in. We will get a replacement filter for it later down the road, but this quad does have to go back in the field, so we have to get it all back together. Now, when you're putting this cover back on, it's kind of the same process. There's not a whole lot of room, and you got to slide it up in there. It is definitely a pain, but when you do get it up in there, make sure you line that seal back up and then clamp those three little clamps, and you should be good to go.